System and Management at Masdar Institute, Khalifa University from 2012 to 2019. He is focused on investigating the techno-economic and policy aspects for facilitating a sustainable energy transition. Welcome, Dr. Skouris, to the second Forum for Women in Research at the University of Sharjah, and now the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Iman. I hope you can see my screen for the slides.
Yes, we do.
All right, that's great. Greetings, everyone. Salam alaikum. It is truly a pleasure to be part of this second forum for women in research as part as a director for research programs at the DIWA R&D Center. It is really an honor, and although I'm on the odd man out in this lineup of speakers, I hope that I can provide the perspective based on the experience that I had so far, and also the work that we are doing at the DIWA R&D Center. We definitely thank the University of Sharjah for the opportunity to be a co-host of this forum, and we were very glad to support from the moment that it was proposed to us. So I will start actually with a quote that Dr. Ghazali mentioned earlier, one of the most famous researchers, women researchers in the world, the one that actually I've known since I was, I think, 6 or 7 years old. I read about her, Marie Curie, and the first person in the world, not just woman, the first person in the world to be awarded 2 Nobel Prizes, one in 1903 in physics, and the second one in 1911 in chemistry. Of course, both of them, the first one was with her partner, so it was a joint Nobel, but nevertheless, her contributions were widely recognized. And what she said is that we must have perseverance and above all confidence in ourselves. We must believe that we are gifted for something and that this thing must be attained. And truly, she made a mark in the world with her research. Now, recognizing this, another essentially leading authority that we have, especially at DIWA, is His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, whose, I think, continuous efforts to boost Dubai as an economy, as a place to work, as a place to live, and provides inspiration for all of us, and especially his effort to make women a part of the workforce and the work of the society overall. So his quote is, "Our job is to provide an environment that unleashes the women's potential, one that protects their femininity, that helps them create the necessary balance in their lives and values their talents and potential." And this is something that we really follow very closely at the R&D Center. And that's why we are inviting all the women students, researchers that they may be interested in working with us to be part of our family. At the R&D Center, our vision is to provide a globally leading platform for developing and demonstrating promising solutions for the future energy and water systems. Our mission is to generate value for DIWA through cutting-edge applied research to ensure that DIWA and its ecosystem, not only the other stakeholders as well, including our subsidiaries, Dubai, the UAE, remains at the forefront of providing world-class services cost-effectively. We continuously innovate across 6 key research areas: solar, water, smart grids, energy efficiency, space, and fourth industrial revolution technologies. We contribute to Dubai, the UAE, and the global community by disseminating knowledge and developing local research talent. The way that we have structured ourselves is, on the one hand, basically in terms of research, we have the research programs And they are the four main areas that I mentioned already: solar, water, smart grids, energy efficiency. These are part of our mission. The fourth industrial revolution, that we have 3D printing, robotics and drones, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, data analytics, advanced materials. We have recently added space technologies and energy systems analysis. And along with those, as the technologies that we developed internally, we are also providing a platform.
Please mute your phone. Please mute your mic.
We provide a platform for testing technologies that are developed elsewhere through technology advancement and demonstration.
Excuse me, all participants, please mute your mics.
Thank you. Thank you for this. And so these technology platforms are essentially inviting other companies to test their technologies and through our DIWA facilities. I will mention that as part of our community engagement, we have introduced since 3 years now the Al-Baheth, the researcher program, that has a fourfold mandate. It provides internships and visiting scholar opportunities. We have, on average, more than 20 interns at any given time at the R&D Center. We provide funding for university capstone projects. And in the past, I believe we had so far.
سوري والله كلمت هناك المديرة قالت لي لا ما يصير لا تسوون.
I'm very sorry again, Dr. Skouris. Please, all participants, you are kindly asked to mute your mics.
No worries, and thank you again. So we have workshops, seminars, and technical sessions that we are offering to the whole Al-Baheth community. And of course, the organizing or co-organizing symposium conferences, which is why we are very eager to support this second forum for women in research in collaboration with the University of Sharjah. Now, the women researchers in our center, as you can see also in the picture, they are not yet a majority, but nevertheless, they are a very substantial part of our family. Overall, 23% of our researchers are women, but I think even more importantly, amongst the early stage researchers, 43% of them are women, and that percentage is likely to grow. Our aim is to achieve at least 50% of the early stage researchers to be women in the next few years, and I believe we will easily achieve it. And the success of our research programs is truly directly tied to their participation, and they have been providing with extremely important contributions, as we will see later on in my presentation, and also as speakers in the forum. I believe that they will demonstrate their contributions. So as essentially an introduction to some of the speakers later, but also to our researchers, I had the pleasure to work with this young and truly very engaged, very hardworking, very inspiring ladies and researchers. One of them, Ms. Hibatala Al-Hamadani, she has completed a Master of Science in Data Analytics from RIT in Dubai, and she did it as part-time while working. She has a Bachelor of Science from US in Electrical Engineering. She currently is focusing on understanding soiling processes for photovoltaic modules, and then developing and testing the performance of anti-soiling coatings on the glass of the modules. She has submitted a very highly technically excellent Abhathi proposal in 2020 on the same topic, investigating the dust adhesion mechanisms on solar PV modules. and she has since proceeded to develop this further into a project as part of our funded projects. Ms. Shaiha Obeid, she has a Master of Science, again from RIT, a Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Electronic Engineering from HCT. She's focusing on robotics PV cleaning, the durability and performance in desert conditions, in addition to their impact on PV systems, because these robotic systems may adversely impact through abrasion the glass of the modules. She's working on she has worked on 4 Abgathi proposals, and she's also participating currently in actually writing papers for publication. Ms. Moza Al-Yamahi, she's our expert in 3D printing. She has diploma in principles and applications of digital fabrication, a course that she took over 9 months, I believe, again, while working. A very intensive course, and also a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from UAE University. She had a brilliant idea submitted as part of her Abghathi proposal, and she is really an instrumental part that many of our colleagues are looking to for developing, redesigning, and printing 3D parts at our R&D center. Ms. Tawadud Al-Kindi, Master of Science in Material Science and Engineering from Masdar Institute, a Bachelor of Science in Sustainable and Renewable Energy from University of Sharjah. We see a trend here in terms of where our researchers are coming from. Truly a very capable researcher, co-authored multiple publications already, despite just joining us a year and a half ago. She has participated in the Young Future Energy Leaders Program, the Green Program in Iceland, and an ambassador of higher education program in the US. And she won the 2016 case study analysis competition for the YFEL program. Ms. Noor Al-Hamadi, recently promoted to a senior R&D technologist. She's a Master of Science in Sustainable Design for the Built Environment at British University and a Bachelor of Science in Sustainable and Renewable Energy Engineering from UOS. She's part of the Energy Efficiency Research Group, worked and published several papers in the past couple of years, and she really has been instrumental in organizing the Solar Decathlon Middle East as part of the team of DIWA R&D Center. She's a board member of the Emirate Green Building Council, a member of the DIWA Sustainability Leadership Team, and chair of the R&D Happiness and Wellbeing Committee. Here we see that women in research, they are not only doing excellent research, but they are also truly changing our work environment. And here I just use this opportunity to highlight their contribution through this Happiness and Wellbeing Committee to making the life of our researchers more enjoyable, creating basically these alternative ways of celebrating not just being researchers, but also being humans at the R&D Center. Ms. Shara Al-Zaruni, colleague of Noura in the energy efficiency area. She has a Master of Science in Future Energy Systems and Technology from UC Berkeley as part of a DIWA collaboration. A Bachelor of Science, again, in Sustainable and Renewable Energy from the University of Sharjah. She has been working again on zero energy buildings, improving cooling efficiency, multiple publications as well. Secretary of the board and board member of the Emirates Green Building Council, DIWA Sustainability Leadership Team, and member of the R&D Outreach and Engagement Committee. Truly amazing individuals. And finally, but not least, we have Ms. Nawal Al-Jasmi, the Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from the University of Sharjah, published conference papers, posters, and also a registered patent. She has won 2 Ideas America Awards, Gold in Breakthrough Idea of the Year and Overall Idea of the Year, along with Dr. Hisham Ismail. She has been the 3rd place winner of the Distinguished New Employee Award at DIWA, and 3rd place again at the DIWA's first virtual hackathon. And she's one of our commercial drone pilots. As you can see, the achievements of these young women are truly inspiring. We hope, these are all Emirati. We also have non-Emirati women. We have Dr. Sagarika Kumar, our doctor. She has a doctorate in photovoltaic module reliability from IIT, and a Master of Science in Energy Science and Engineering from the same school in Mumbai. She has contributed to several peer-reviewed journals and international conferences in her area of research, multiple awards in recognition of her work in the field of photovoltaic module reliability. She has joined us in the past couple of years to work with the solar research team testing PV modules in the field in our world-class testing facilities, and participated in several conferences with presentations that were very well received and highly appreciated. So overall, before I close, I would like to truly highlight the inspiration that these women, and actually others that I have met in my career as a professor at Masdar Institute, as my advisors and mentors at MIT, as my students as well, that truly sometimes it boggles my mind how women can manage families and to conduct really state-of-the-art research. With that, I would like to close and thank University of Sharjah, the participants, the keynote speakers, to give me a chance to present our work, and again invite everyone to come to our center, meet us, and if you would like to join our family, we are truly looking forward for it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Skouries, for your interesting, informative talk, and thank you, Diwa, for your support to our forum. And I'm really impressed to know that you have such a large number of young female researchers at Diwa. So thank you again.
My pleasure.
Last but not least, I'm honored to present our 3rd keynote speaker, Mrs. Fatima Abdulrahman Al-Awadi, Chief Human Resources Officer at Tanfidh, a subsidiary of Emirates NBD. Tanfidh in Arabic means getting the job done. Mrs. Fatima graduated with high honors from Dubai Women's College with a double major in accounting and human resources. She has also received an executive MBA degree from Hult International Business School. She leads a team focused on developing and implementing strategies, specifically in recruiting and retaining a diverse and inclusive workforce, with Tanfidh being a leading organization in hiring people with determination in the UAE. Mrs. Fatima also ensures that Tanfidh invests in giving special focus to Emiratization and the growth of Emirati talent across the nation through various programs and initiatives. In 2019, Mrs. Fatima was announced as the Vice Chairperson of the Women Empowerment Committee at Emirates Institute for Banking and Financial Studies. Welcome, Mrs. Fatima, to the 2nd Forum for Women in Research at the University of Sharjah, and we are very happy to have you with us today. The floor is now yours.
Thank you, Ms. Iman, and thank you to the fellow speakers. I just want to check if I'm audible. You can see my screen before.
Yes, yes, we
continue.
do.
Perfect. So it actually puts more pressure on me now that I'm the last speaker. But I want to start with, saying good morning to everyone, and it's my absolute honor to be here with you today to celebrate Emirati Women Day. I'd like to thank the University of Sharjah for this opportunity. And I must say that I love the theme Quwa. I think it's spot on. I actually scratched my head so hard thinking, what should I talk about? I mean, I thought I'm not a scientist. I haven't studied medicine nor engineer, but I thought I'll share a few thoughts, personal thoughts and experiences as an Emirati woman that hopefully some of you would relate to, and talk a little bit about my organization, the culture, and women. Let me take you down memory lane. Surprise, surprise, like everyone, obviously I went to school and I completed my bachelor's degree in two different majors in accounting and human resources, just in case I grow up and I find one of the majors boring, I have another option to pursue. I also completed my executive MBA with HALT, International Business School. And now you must be thinking, why are there two logos? What is Emirates NBD and what is Tanfeed? So let me explain. I joined Emirates NBD as a management trainee in 2008. And I've been with the organization for the past 13 years. Since then, I've always been with one company. And I worked with multiple departments, like retail, credit, branches, SME, digital, but majority of my career has been in the human resources, which I enjoy the most. Now, Tanfeed, just for everyone's information, is a subsidiary of Emirates NBD. And let me explain more in this slide what we do. This is just a little glimpse of my workplace. And Tanfeed was set up in 2011 to run the entire operations of Emirates NBD and Emirates Islamic. And it was established to improve efficiency, cost saving, and also innovation across the bank. Think of it like a hub or shared services for the organization. And some of the units that we have are, as you can see, the contact center operations, we have the collections and recoveries, to name a few, and also trade finance operations. This is the executive team in Tanfeed. And as you can see, we have a female Emirati CEO whom we are very proud of. Now, Tanfeed means get the job done, right? And this is what we do. And the recipe to doing that is just three simple things. We have the right leadership to steer the ship with passion and purpose. We also share a common and meaningful purpose supported by the right vision and strategy. And we have the right culture and values that rally people to deliver on this common purpose and vision. Now, this is a quote that I really like. It says, "Culture eats strategy for breakfast." And basically what it means is no matter how strong your strategic plan is, if you don't have the right culture, it will fall apart. Just to familiarize you more with our culture, here is our corporate values. We're alert, we are bold, we care, we are one, and we own it. And one of our values, as you can see, is we care. We care for our customers, we care for our employees, and we care for our community. So investing in our people is one of our top priorities. And one of our people's pillar is women empowerment. And here are some of the initiatives that we're running. Now, we established a women's council called Let's Link to focus purely on engagement activities for our staff, for our female population, such as Zumba classes, cooking, art, anything our women would like to tap on. And we're looking at it not just from an engagement and fun point of view, but also from the leadership and development aspect. How can we prepare them with further training on how they can be more assertive, more confident, communication skills, and stuff like that. And there's also the aspect of well-being, like running workshops, helping them cope, especially during the pandemic, now that there's remote working, people are working from home, but they also have to deal with their children who are studying online as well and not going to school. So how to balance between these two? Of course, the same goes to our mothers as well. And We need to make sure that we have the right infrastructure to support them. We have nursing rooms in all of our locations, enhancements as well to the maternity leave and the paternity leave. Now, she is a program that I want to just talk more about, and she means See Her Empowered. And this is a program that we launched this year. It's basically a platform for mothers who want to return to the workplace with an inclusive strategy. And we also have a returnship program for our existing mothers who have gone on long maternity leaves, and will help them support how they can adjust back to their roles, how they can deal with anxiety, with stress, and with things like that. So it's like a community for this category of mothers and women. I'm also delighted to say that we have the biggest call center in Ras Al Khaimah that is run by over 120 female Emiratis running the show there. We also collaborated with the Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratization to create employment for mothers in remote areas such as Khor Fakkan. And they're taking care of the data processing and services, and they're really highly engaged. Now, I've spoken a lot about women, but it's really important to shed light into some of the challenges women face in the UAE, such as correcting stereotypes, perceptions. We have this fixed mindset that Emirati women are oppressed, or they can't work, or they shouldn't work, they should just stay at home and be mothers. They can't juggle both. They can't handle senior positions because they're too emotional. So all these stereotypes need to be corrected with more awareness as well, and more exposure and support from everyone. I mean, look at this slide. We have 9 female ministers.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Fatima, we will please.
So as you can see in the slide, we have 9 female ministers in the government cabinet. And while the world is struggling with COVID, our young minister, Sara Al-Amiri, was working on UAE's mission to Mars to mark history. And there are many more examples like her. We are blessed and fortunate to have a government that proactively champions women's aspirations and leadership. 50% of the UAE's Federal National Council are women. More presence, more voices, more innovation, and more development. Now, at a banking sector level, EIBFS formed a Women Empowerment Committee to support women workforce in the banking sector. And I was appointed as the vice chairperson of this committee. And I just want to end my speech with a powerful quote by the late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. The woman is half of the society. Any country which pursues development should not leave her in poverty or illiteracy. I am on the women's side. I'm looking forward to the next 50 years, and I am sure female leadership will continue growing at speed across the UAE in private and public sector. And I would like to wish all of you the best. Good luck to all the participants. And people say the sky is the limit, but I would say the sky is not the limit, your mind is the limit. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Fatima, for your really inspiring talk. And we thank you, and we thank NBD for their support to our forum. And you are really such a great model for all young women in the UAE and everywhere else. And I do believe that women in the UAE are very lucky because they get all the support and the empowerment needed, which are not found in many other places in the world. So thank you again. And in conclusion of the keynote speaker session, I would like to thank our esteemed speaker for their inspiring, empowering talks and their valuable time. And now I will hand the speech to my colleague, Dr. Iman Akour, to introduce the panel session. Thank you so much.
Dr. Iman, you are muted. Iman Akour.
Just 1 second, Manar. بس okay. Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm Dr. Iman Akour from the Department of Information System, an associate professor and a member of Women in Research Committee. It's my honor to be part of this second forum for women in research. And I would like to introduce the panel session and the panelists. This panel session will be about post-pandemic effect on research and innovation. I would like to introduce Professor Dima Jamali. She will be the panel moderator. Professor Dima is currently the Dean of the College of Business Administration at the University of Sharjah. Before this position, she was also a professor at the School of Management, School of Business at the American University of Beirut, where she served in many positions. Professor Dima also served as an expert consultant on a project funded by the United Nations Development Program. And of course, she has many publications in prestigious journals, as well as many books as well. Our second panelist will be Professor Hakima Amri. Professor Hakima is a professor of biochemistry and physiology at Georgetown University, with over 25 years of experience in research and graduate education. Professor Hakima research focus is directed toward understanding the action mechanism of disease